A lot of people don't know the money that you got to put into these things. All right, so before this video gets started, guys, check this out. This right here might look like we're about to do an oil change, but prepare to be amazed because this right here is a half gallon of dang sauce. And as you guys know, we have been running out on Amazon left and right, so we just decided to up the antes. But honestly, dude, we might run out of this because there is a very limited supply of this. This is actually not going on Amazon. We're gonna leave the link to the website down below. And get this is $120 worth of dang sauce and one of these bottles right here. And not only are you gonna get a funnel and also a squeeze bottle, you're gonna get this sucker for $59.99.
$59.99, dude. All three with free shipping,
dude. That is just absolutely amazing. And I know you guys are thinking this might not fit in my refrigerator, but this right here doesn't have to go in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's recommended, you know what I mean? But it's not necessary. Put it on your counter, dude. Look at it every day, dude.
That is right. And look at this. This is how you can fill up your squeeze bottle. All you gotta do is get your funnel out, go ahead, pour that sucker up, and you're gonna have a way longer lifetime of dang something.
Dude,
lifetime basically.
Dude. This lifetime is probably, supply. For some people, it could be a week's supply, dude.
For some people, it could be a month, but you know what? It's gonna be down in the link down below. So if you guys wanna just upgrade your food experience with some dang sauce, be sure to check out the link. But as right now, let's get to the video.
Oh, dude, that looks sick.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the new Goon Squad garage, and today we're gonna continue working on our 1967 Chevrolet Camaro. And as you guys seen in the previous video, we made a bunch of progress on that interior. We're probably not gonna touch that interior today, other than a few little things here and there. I think we just wanna make it nice and clean where we did that custom, what do you call it, center console, dude?
Yeah, we just need to wipe some stuff down, dude. That's
exactly.
it,
Wipe
dude.
some stuff down. I think we gotta trim some stuff, tuck some wires here and there. That interior is looking super sharp. But as right now, we're gonna focus on this exterior, and as you guys can tell here, we kind of threw this on off camera, this spoiler right here. This glass needs to get glued in, and also these taillights are just shoved up in there, you know what I mean?
If you've seen the Instagram video, one of those fell out on a burnout, dude.
That is right, that sucker just popped clean out because of how much horsepower this thing's got, man. This thing is scary fast. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to fully test it, but we still got a lot of things that we gotta do. We gotta tune it up and maybe change a few things here and there before we hit the highway, like we wanted to do in the previous video.
And then we gotta connect like the tail lights, make sure everything's working, all the turn signals and stuff like that, and then we'll be good to go.
That is right, but right now what we're gonna probably focus on is getting that exhaust 100%. And the only thing that was holding us back is actually these wheels being like too far in there. We ordered some spacers, them suckers finally arrived, so we're gonna be able to widen it out and be able to snake that exhaust around the tires, that way it doesn't rub. And then from then, I think we'll move, or from there, I think we'll move on to maybe like the tie rods. I think they're a little bit loose, or they're a little bit beat up.
They're completely shot, so we got a whole entire kit. We're gonna swap all that out. Most important thing is suspension on this thing, so we wanna get it right.
That is right. So I think the focus of today is to try to get this sucker finished up. I think there's gonna be maybe 2 more videos on this car and a price breakdown, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna move on to the next thing. This morning, dude, we were already looking for new builds left and right, dude.
But we're just gonna, we can't jump on it right away. We got that beautiful build there, and we got this beautiful build right here, dude.
That is right. Yeah, so after this, I think we're gonna paint that sucker, finish it up 100%, and then we're gonna move on to the Porsche. But right now is a good time to go ahead and plan for a new build. So drop that down in the comment section down below. If there's anything super sweet that you guys would like to see, we might just go ahead and cop something, you know, buy something. You never know. So definitely leave your comments down below. But as of right now, let's lift this sucker up and get straight to work. boy, what do we have here, dude?
4-link system right here, dude.
4-link, but let's be honest with this 4-link. This is the eBay version of a 4-link for the Camaro, but what do you think of it so far?
I think it's all right, but you know what? It's just the cheapest 4-link we actually bought. We didn't know much about it until started doing some research, but you know what? This will work, dude. All we got to do is just upgrade our coilovers with those coilovers, man. What are those for, a lawnmower, dude?
What are these, dude?
That's a
Look at
lawnmower
this.
coilovers, dude. That's crazy. I mean, they might work, but I say we get some nice ones. Once we install this kit, we'll definitely get some nice ones for the rear. We got some new ones coming in for the front, but I think we'll probably put this on pause on this kit. What do you think?
I don't get this. Go ahead and pull that bar out over here.
This bar?
No, this one right here. Like, how are you supposed to attach this other end? Do we got to do some welding or something, dude?
What the?
There's no thread on there, so I immediately like noticed that, and I was like, we might have some sort of funky kit over here. I think this was $1,200. I believe this is maybe made in China. What do you think?
100%. Look at the boxes right there, dude.
Oh, yeah,
This
right
is
there.
made in China
Definitely.
everywhere.
I don't know if I really want to throw this on that car, to be honest with you. I think we might have to return this, dude.
We'll ask a couple mechanics that worked on these cars. We'll see. Like, if this will do, it'll do. If not, we'll get a different kit, dude.
Yeah, that right there, I think might be thrown on a little bit later. I don't even know if we're going to throw that on. Maybe we'll get a shop that does these all the time.
Yeah, 100%. Because right now, we are just getting some major stuff done. I mean, first of all, we got our spacers on the tires right here on the rear ones. That way our exhaust can fit. As you can tell, clears it perfectly. And the exhaust tips are finally on. It sounds a little bit better. The actual width of the wheel, when it's sticking out, it looks a lot cleaner. It's not like a super deep look, and it looks really nice. So that's the whole thing about the 4-link. Once we get the coilovers on there, we'll be able to lower it, tuck it a little bit, look really good.
Hey, but honestly, dude, with this leaf spring system that's on it right here, I feel like it's nice and stout, and it keeps it solid, like from the axle, from like, you know, having like a torque bounce or whatever you call it.
This is some old school stuff.
It is.
Right
It's
here.
ugly though. That's the only thing.
I don't like when you do the 4-link. It gets rid of all this. It looks really good. You can see the coilover right here, which I think that would be the best decision to do. But right now, we're just going to get this car 100%. And then as for the exhaust, if we do the 4-link, we can actually route the exhaust
right out the back.
Right out the back. I think that would be a cool look for this Camaro.
That'd be insane. That's definitely going to be one of the last things that we do, that 4-link. But what else did we accomplish,
dude? We did a brand new tie rod kit underneath this thing. Brand new, just bushings all the way around. Brand new pitman arm. Everything. I mean, this is a whole new steering system. This thing is going to finally have a nice, strong steering because it was loose. You know, it was all over the road. Now we can do alignment perfectly and stuff like that and get this thing riding perfectly straight.
That's right. And also open the engine bay. We quickly took care of a vacuum line.
Vacuum line, man. I know there was a lot of comments that said the Camaro was going to blow up if we didn't put a vacuum line on the fuel gauge or the fuel regulator. So we went ahead, shoved a vacuum line in there, got everything running right, got the PSI right, and I think we're good to go.
So the very next thing that we're actually going to move on to right quick is fixing this oil blowback line. It should just be shooting straight down instead of curving up like that, trapping oil. And then after that, what are we going to do?
We're going to start throwing together this front end.
What you got in her?
Hemi.
It don't sound like no Hemi.
The oil light cut on when I was gassing it. I mean, not the oil light. The engine light cut on when I gassed it super hard.
Well, it's got an engine, so we're good there. ain't never opening right there, dude. Oh, nice. You always want to carry a crowbar with you.
Like a whole different car now, dude.
Man, that's a whole different animal,
I've never
man.
even seen this car at the front end ever since we got it, dude.
That's what I'm saying. This is crazy. But first thing we took care of was what?
That oil blowback line, which now the oil is going to blow back into the engine properly. And we did another vacuum line as well on that blowback system. But other than that, dude, we started adjusting things, starting with the doors because they weren't shutting good. The gaps are a little off. But look at this, man. They open and close flawlessly. The gaps look good and all that good stuff. Then we moved on to the fenders, got those suckers on there, and then we moved on to the hood over here, which all this stuff runs off of shims, dude. I'm telling you, the whole car.
Hundreds or thousands of shims. Dude. Oh my goodness. Imagine building this car from the factory,
dude, from the factory, they actually come with shims, so they got to adjust everything. They weren't even perfect. You know, this is an old car, 67. They're made out of, like, strong American steel. They're not the newer cars. We can flex a fender and get it on there in 2 seconds.
Dude,
you know
that's
what I mean?
crazy. I don't think these people were thinking about rebuilders when they built this car.
They didn't care, but you know what? This is a tough one, man. This front end was super tough, but you know what? We got it together as best as possible. Got the front end, the grill, the new headlights, which look at those suckers. You picked those out. You like those, don't you? What would you call that little?
Looks like a sun. It's supposed to like light up and look super sweet.
Yeah, they look good on pictures. So I believe that lights up amber or white. I don't know. It's gonna
look
super
sun.
Dang sun headlights right there. And then we even got an aftermarket lip, which these are just the best looking lips you can get for these Camaros, dude.
Looks absolutely insane. And there is a piece that goes right there, which is this bumper, which I don't even know what that looks like. That looks ugly.
I mean, that just don't look good. This is probably going to be your best first model when you get a Camaro. Take that bumper off because it makes it look a little slicker, a little cleaner, and the front end is... I'm just in shock right now how good it looks.
I know, this is just a long time we've been working on this sucker, and we finally made it thus far. We might just slap in like some mesh right there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, maybe some grill inserts if we can find some, or just leave it for more airflow for this LT4. Dude.
That is,
you never know,
dude. But as for this hood right here, that is an aftermarket hood. Had a little bit of trouble actually aligning that thing, right?
It's a tough hood. I mean, anything aftermarket, especially if it's a cheap one, you know, this is fiberglass right here. It was pretty tough to align it, but I gotta say, man, this is a good looking hood for this Camaro. I love how tall it sits right there. I believe the OEM ones look the same, but they're like, the cow's like barely an inch,
no,
dude.
Sir,
this thing is just aggressive.
Dude, it
makes it look like it got a big motor in there.
Like a built motor, dude.
And it got a big motor, dude.
I love it, dude. That is just perfect right there. And that's pretty much it for the front end. Of course, we got to add just a few little things here and there. Yeah. Show them this door, dude.
This door, I just love the way old cars close and open. You know, the button's like aggressive. You just open it, pull it, close it. It's beautiful, dude.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So all we really got left now is just the rear end a little bit. What are we going to do here?
I believe we're just going to go ahead and bolt down this the spoiler, and also we have LEDs that are going to go in here. So that tail light that fell out, it actually didn't damage it. I believe we want to paint these too, right? Maybe later on we'll
freshen
like
them up a little bit,
or get some new like bezels. And also we want to put in this rear glass in for good. That'd be pretty much it for the car.
Yeah, and also I think we might actually put the rear bumper on this side.
Yeah, right? I believe the rear bumper might go on unless it looks better with that one. We'll see, dude.
This thing is looking super sweet, but the next thing that I think we're going to quickly do is maybe try to mess with this original wiring harness and
try to get those headlights working, tail lights, and all that good stuff. So I say we just give it a shot, see what we can do, and maybe light some lights up. headlights, man.
Those headlights look super sweet, man. I was kind of making fun of them a little bit, but honestly, now that it's on it, dude, I love that,
dude,
man.
Yeah, and you can change those DRLs around the headlights to white or that actual amber, which the amber looks absolutely beautiful.
Dude, I honestly didn't even think that we were actually going to get the headlights working, but that original harness had everything that we needed, and we tied it into that fuse box. And
simple, dude. Boom. And also for the tail lights, those suckers work. Turn signals work. Brake lights light up. I mean, everything is functioning.
Yes, sir.
Dude.
Go ahead and actually just cut on the DRL if you can do that. I want to see what that looks like. I think it's gonna look pretty sweet. I already seen it actually. Yeah, dude.
Imagine just cruising with the DRLs like that.
Dude,
That just looks aggressive.
I'm telling you,
dude.
you pull up on somebody in the road, dude. They're gonna be afraid just by looking at those.
They ain't even gonna know what's going
headlight.
on, dude. And as for the tail lights, we actually went completely red with them, and they're all LED now. Like, look at that. It's all LED. Looks
I love
super
that,
clean
dude.
right there. It deletes the reverse lights, but who needs that, man? When you got a classic car,
That's
like,
right. You really don't need that.
I mean, you ain't reversing in the night. You know what I mean?
That's very true. We will have a reverse camera though.
We will. That's the only thing we need.
Maybe
dude.
we will actually hook up some sort of light in that little area. What about a little, what's called LED, or is that where the license plate goes?
The license plate goes there, but we'll worry about that later.
A little bit later. Also threw on that spoiler right there, and I don't think we're gonna throw on that rear bumper, are we?
Yeah, that bumper, we need brackets. So once we get the brackets in, we'll see. And if we decide not to run it, we'll probably end up deleting like these holes right here, weld them up, and paint them up and
yeah,
stuff
because
like that.
we are gonna respray this whole entire car, I think.
That's the plan, is to repaint the whole car. You can cut and buff this, which I mean would be ideal, but we have a bunch of scratches from just being reckless with this thing, putting it together for over a year, dude.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess we'll see what happens from here on out. But as right now, it's time to clean this thing, dude.
Let's do it.
Check this out, guys. That's what you call a clean 67 Chevrolet Camaro right there. And you really don't know what's under that hood until you really get to peep under it, you know what I mean? But
unless you want to try to race it too,
unless you're trying to find out, you know what I mean?
Sir.
But dude, this sucker absolutely cleaned up. Almost looks like it's not going to need a paint job, but we might even make it even sharper. That way it slices through air even faster. Let's just go ahead and walk around this thing right quick. The back end is nice and clean. We just turned on the DRLs for now, but you know what, guys? That's just going to be a wrap for today's video. I think there's just going to be one more video on this sucker. We just got to just tie in some loose ends on this thing. That's about it. And before you know it, we're going to be over with this build, and then we're going to be moving on to a new build. But we're super happy that you guys stayed with us this long, and you guys seen this sucker almost get completed. In the next one, I think that's going to be probably just wrapping it up and maybe even like a price breakdown, dude.
For sure, dude.
I think that'd be pretty interesting because, you know, classic cars, a lot of people don't know the money that you got to put into these things, but you throw money left and right. But you guys are just going to have to stay tuned to find out in the next one. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.